this is a new scenario, like there will be no water, just don't mind the water. So today I am going to be fixing the borders of Africa. So what I'm gonna do, I'm an African citizen, so I know what I must do. So first thing I'm gonna do is give Zambia this part of the DRC. So now the DRC has no small exclave, small panhandle. This looks much better already. And so what else? Let's so and yes, the Wixo will not come out for a very long time. So that's what's gonna happen. Wixo is not coming out for a very, very long time. Episode 9 and 10 is gonna come out on Saturday. So yeah. And what else I'm gonna do, I'll give this part to Zambia. I don't live in Zambia, so I'm not being biased. I just think this looks much better. A thicker Zambia, a much more rounded one. What else I'm gonna do is what I wanted to do. Both Z nations are gonna unite, which are Zambia and Zimbabwe. I know there's more Z nations in the world, but these two are going to unite. So this looks more like an empire than, but don't mind it. That's what I like. What else I'm gonna do is give Botswana this land right here. This is what has been angering me for as long as I lived, that Namibia even has this small part of exclave land. So small part of exclave land has been angering me for as long as you can call. What else I'm gonna do is unite South Africa with Lesotho and Eswatini. So this looks much better. Looks much more cleaner without the. And another thing I really don't like is that Angola has this small part, so I'm going to give it to the Democratic Republic of Congo. And this, I'm gonna give this to Gabon. Actually, yeah. And what else I'm gonna give to Gabon is this part of. And I try to make the borders not as straight as they already are, because I really don't like the straight borders. I really like Cameroon's border, but it looks more like a chicken than a country. So this part right here, I'm gonna give it to my Chad, which is Chad. Chad is a Giga Chad. We love Chad. Is the biggest Giga Chad that could live. So now Chad has a bigger chin, looking more like a Chad than a Chad. How many times have I just said Chad there? That one sentence. What I don't like also is the tails of these two nations. But I have nothing to. I really like Nigeria's border. I really like it. But West Sahara is too straight, but it's too also controversial. So what I'm gonna do, give this part to Morocco. Okay, so that's too big of a line. What I'm gonna do is this part to Morocco, the rest go to Mauritania. So now it's not that controversial. So that last video that I made where Peru created an empire did very well. Thank you for your support. I don't like how Mali has a tail. What I also didn't like is this part of this nation. I think this is called Devote. To this nation that I forgot the name of. I used to know the name of this nation, but I forgot it. And also these two, they're gonna unite because they're a little bit too small to be independent. So the same thing that was happening with this part now gonna happen to this part here. So what's gonna happen is the full independence of this part. I don't know. This part is is in the Sahara. And what I think should happen, I know this is, so what I think should happen is the unition of Tunisia and Algeria. I think this looks much better than the old borders. And also, I really like South Sudan, but South Sudan is poor because it's mostly a very landlocked nation. It has no coastline going like this. Not gonna give it coastline, but I'm gonna give it more of Sudan. It's gonna take this much of Sudan to give us a stable border. I really like South Sudan. So this is not like biased or type thing. Not being biased, I just think this belongs to South Sudan. I don't like how Sudan is a little bit big. Well, it lost this big part. So, what else? Eritrea is gonna get united under Ethiopia, and also Okay, let me. Okay, so this will be. And also Djibouti is gonna unite under Ethiopian government. And what I think should happen is Somaliland is like this big, but I think I'm gonna give it all of northern Somalia. So now there's Somaliland. And I don't like these two nations. These small, packed on the corner right there. So what I'm gonna do is give them to Tanzania. So I know this will be very distributed, but this looks much better.